According to several reports, surging used car prices could soon be coming to an end.
Somewhere in America right now, there's a used car lot with a Range Rover sitting on it. Clean, low miles, 3 or 4 years old. The window sticker on that same SUV, when it was new, said about $108,000. Today, it's priced around $56,000. That's not a typo. Roughly half the money is gone. And according to IC Cars, which tracked close to 1 million 5-year-old vehicles this year, the Range Rover lost more actual dollars than any other vehicle in their entire study. $69,856. It's not alone. There are 4 luxury SUVs on this list. And each one erased somewhere between $53,000 and nearly $70,000. The numbers are public. Anybody can check them. The real question is why it happened and whether that makes these SUVs a trap or the smartest used buy on the lot. Here's what a lot of people don't realize about expensive SUVs. The used market has no memory. It doesn't care that a SUV costs 6 figures. It doesn't care about the badge or the leather or what the neighbors thought when it first showed up in the driveway. It cares about one thing: what somebody will pay for it today, with the warranty running out and the repair bills coming. Luxury SUVs get hit from 3 directions at once. They start at enormous prices, so there's a long way to fall. They come off lease by the thousands, all at the same time, which floods the lots. And they get expensive to own the minute factory coverage ends. Put those together, and you get losses that don't look real until you see them lined up. If you'd rather keep your money than impress the neighborhood, go ahead and hit like. That's really what this whole list is about. Number 4 is the Cadillac Escalade. And I'm starting here because it's the one most of you actually considered buying. The 2021 redesign was a genuine event. A curved OLED screen stretched across the dash, a 36-speaker AKG stereo, and Super Cruise, which let you take your hands off the wheel on the highway. Premium luxury trim started around $85,000. Add the diesel, the bigger wheels, the rear entertainment, and plenty of them stickered right at $102,000. 5 years later, IC Cars puts the average Escalade's loss at $53,458. The longer ESV gave up almost $57,000. Now, the honest part. Percentage-wise, that's fairly normal for a big luxury SUV. What makes the number so large is simply where it started. When you begin at 6 figures, even ordinary depreciation removes a shocking amount of money. What hurt the 2021 specifically was that it was a first-year build. NHTSA lists 12 recalls for that model year, and around 68 owner complaints, transmission control valves, body control modules, a fuel pump problem, and a recall for losing power steering assist. Owners reported Super Cruise dropping out too. And word gets around. Once first-year cars pick up a reputation, used shoppers start hunting for 2023s instead, and 2021 prices soften. Used, though, around $50,000 for a SUV that's stickered at $100,000. Serviceable at any Cadillac dealer in the country. That's defensible. A GMC Yukon Denali holds its value better if you're buying new. If you're buying used, somebody already paid that price for you. Number 3 is the Lincoln Navigator. And this one stings for a completely different reason. A 2021 Navigator L in black label trim, the top one, with the themed interiors, stickered at $103,150. Kelley Blue Book now puts the average value of that exact SUV around $39,700. 62% gone in 5 years. Measuring the Navigator L across the board, IC Cars came up with a loss of $62,069. That was bad enough to land it among the 25 worst depreciating vehicles in America and 4th worst of any large SUV. So what went wrong? Not reliability. RepairPal actually rates the Navigator 5th out of 19 luxury full-size SUVs, and J.D. Power gave it an 84 out of 100 for predicted reliability. That's respectable. The problem is simpler and much harder to fix. Underneath the leather, the Navigator is a Ford Expedition. Same bones, same twin-turbo V6. And for years, you could buy a loaded Expedition for $30,000 or $40,000 less. New buyers were happy to pay for the badge. Used buyers walked onto a lot, saw two similar SUVs, and took the cheaper one. The used market simply stopped paying for the name. One real cost worth knowing: the air suspension. On earlier Navigators, owners have reported the system sagging or failing, with replacements landing somewhere near $2,300. But at $40,000, 30-way seats, a genuinely quiet cabin, hands-free highway driving, and Lincoln's 6-year, 70,000-mile powertrain coverage. If you want space and comfort, and you plan to keep it, that's a lot of SUV for the money. Number 2 is the one I'd bet most of you won't see coming: the Mercedes EQS SUV. This is the electric flagship, 3 rows, that enormous hyperscreen running the width of the dashboard, and a cabin about as quiet as anything on the road. A 2023 EQS 450 Plus stickered at $105,550 with destination. Kelley Blue Book's figure on that SUV today: it has depreciated $66,150, 62% in 3 years. That's roughly $22,000 a year. Sit with that. A new economy car's worth of value, evaporating every 12 months while the thing sits in the garage. And most of it went early. Analysis of first-year sales found these giving up close to half their value before the first birthday. The reason isn't a broken vehicle. It's the electric market itself. Mercedes has been cutting prices on new EQ models as much as $15,000 on some 2026 trims, and when the new one gets cheaper, every used one has to follow. Electric technology also moves fast. A 3-year-old EV feels dated in a way a 3-year-old gas SUV just doesn't. There was a recall as well, 24V372, covering battery management software that could shut down the high-voltage system and cost you drive power. But this is also the most interesting vehicle here. Edmunds shows these averaging around $51,000 right now, and the battery is covered for 10 years, or 155,000 miles, coverage that follows the vehicle, not the original owner. The first owner took a beating. The second owner may be getting the best deal on this entire list, assuming the battery health checks out: Land Rover Range Rover. Which brings us to number 1. Across every vehicle I see cars examined this year, the Range Rover lost more real dollars than anything else on the road. 61.7%, $69,856. Nothing else came close. The 2022 redesign was, by most accounts, a beautiful piece of work. Nearly silent inside, a ride that smooths out roads that shouldn't be smooth, and a shape that still stops people in a parking lot. A P400 SE, the version most buyers actually chose, landed around $108,000 with typical options. Car Gurus has 2022 models averaging about $56,000 today, and they're still sliding, down roughly 7% in the past year alone. Why does it keep falling? Because used buyers are afraid of what happens after the warranty. RepairPal rates the Range Rover 2 out of 5 for reliability, 15th out of 19 luxury full-size SUVs, with average repair costs near $1,258 a year. The air suspension is the famous one. A compressor runs roughly $1,900 to $2,200, and a single air spring can be $2,000 more. Owners have also reported the Pivi Pro screen freezing and restarting on its own, and 12-volt batteries draining overnight. Here's how that becomes money. A shopper reads all of that, gets nervous, and either walks away or lowballs. Fewer buyers, weaker demand, lower prices. Then the cycle feeds itself. For comparison, the Mercedes G-Class is just as expensive and just as complicated, and it gives up only 34% over the same 5 years. Big luxury SUVs don't have to lose this kind of money. This one does. If you buy one, buy it with coverage still on it, and plan to be out before that coverage ends. If you keep vehicles 8 or 10 years and hate surprise bills, this isn't your SUV. So there's the list. An Escalade down about $53,000, a Navigator down $62,000, an EQS SUV down $66,000 in 3 years, a Range Rover down nearly 70. But I don't want you walking away thinking these are bad vehicles, because that's the wrong lesson. Every one of those losses was already paid by somebody else. That money is gone. If you're shopping used, you're not the one who lost it. You're the one it's been sitting there waiting for. A $100,000 SUV at half price is a real opportunity. The catch is knowing why it got cheap. If it's oversupply, you win. If it's repair bills waiting on the far side of the warranty, you might just be next in line to pay them. Ask for the service records. Check what's left on the coverage. On the electric ones, get a battery health report before you sign anything. If you've owned one of these or traded one in and watched the number come back lower than you expected, I'd like to hear about it. Drop the model and the year in the comments. And if you'd rather learn this before you write the check instead of after, subscribe. That's what we do here.